What are some potential moves that Kaspa, the coin, may be making that you guys should be paying attention to, especially before this coin actually moves? Because it has been consolidating like quite a bit of these altcoins here, like Bitcoin. Okay, but Bitcoin looks like it's ready to make a move soon. Now, if you guys watched my previous video on Bitcoin, if you guys been following my channel at all, you guys know that I said Bitcoin is in a bearish pattern. Okay. However, if Bitcoin actually manages to break out of this bearish pattern to the upside, that is going to move a lot of these altcoins significantly. Okay. So very important to be paying attention to Bitcoin right now because it's very close to a resolution. I never trade altcoins without a clear understanding of Bitcoin. I will link you guys to my more detailed Bitcoin video at the end of this video. Now, this is Kaspa, okay? With that said, Kaspa, I talked about a falling wedge pattern quite some time ago, right? And, the wonders about technical analysis is that I still see these patterns that are still running within the range that have charted out, right? That tells me that technical analysis works for the most parts. Of course, there's going to be some situations where it doesn't make sense, like when there's a lot of hype or a lot of fear. Now, Kaspa here, okay, I said it broke out of this falling wedge pattern back in April, okay, which was the pivotal point this year for the crypto bounce back, okay. And the price target for Kaspa for this falling wedge pattern would be about 16 cents price targets, okay. Now, price targets are estimates only. There could be more, there could be less. A lot of it is going to depend on what happens with Bitcoin because if Bitcoin has more room to pump, that's very good for the altcoins. However, if Bitcoin starts dumping, especially extensively, these altcoin setups, they're not going to matter very much. Okay, so that is the first things first. This target is still valid because Kaspa has broken out of this falling wedge pattern and has stayed above the upper trend line of this pattern. So this breakout still valid, price target still valid. It has been moving very slow comparing to a lot of these other altcoins here, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to eventually move. Okay, there's going to be a resolution here. Now, since the breakout, it has also formed a smaller falling wedge pattern here that probably could be more seen more clearly on the daily time frame. That can give you more details. Falling wedge pattern here on this daily time frame. Price target, if it breaks out by this point here, for example, price target is going to be about almost 11 cents Kaspa. There is a sub pattern within this falling wedge pattern, which is a double bottom pattern, which is also a bullish pattern. Okay, a bullish pattern within a bullish pattern. Price targets for this double bottom would be about 9 cents price targets. Okay, that is a decent move for a smaller pattern here. The neckline would be about just right above 8 cents. Okay, so this is basically what I'm seeing for Kaspa. Quite a bit of bullish signals, right? But we're all just talking about probabilities here because even though they have a higher chance of breaking to the upside, I also seen them break down. They still have a smaller chance of breaking down. So I have to mind that risk as well. And of course, a lot of this is going to depend on Bitcoin. I am long on Bitcoin. I am long on quite a bit of the altcoins here. So my opinions on this market is bullish. But these are just my opinions, not financial advice. Like the entirety of this video, you guys got to form your own strategies and opinions. If you guys want to continue seeing any more of Kaspa, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, or any other coins in this market. I'll pick a request to do for you guys on a daily basis, and I'll see you on the next one.